Well, Margaret Maron, I'm looking forward to talking to you about Takeout.
Yes.
Your latest and final novel.
Yes.
One of the great things in the book is you've inserted in this mystery story a little tribute to our great friend. Would you tell us about that?
Yes. I allow Sigrid to go. Sigrid Harrell, who is a New York police detective, goes to Book Expo, which is the huge book fair that they have every year in New York. And while she's there, she is introduced to her grandmother's favorite bookseller that just happens to be Quail Ridge Books and Nancy Olson, whom I have known for so many years. Nancy gave me my first book reading, and over the years, we traveled together. I was going to tell you the story, though.
Well,
Nancy was so good about, she started Books for Kids, for instance. We put thousands of books in the hands of children in Wake County.
Well, she was one of you said you had a story about wine or something like that. Would you tell it?
We were in a restaurant. Nancy, her husband Jim, my husband Joe, and the restaurant was practically deserted. And in fact, we were one of two tables left in this whole restaurant. And the people who were sitting over there got up and left, and Jim looked over and he said, they left more than a half a bottle of wine. And that's an expensive wine, he says. That's a very good wine. And I said, do you want it? And he said, oh, you can't. And Nancy said, oh, you can't. And Joe said, don't you dare. So I went over and I don't drink red wine. I don't like red wine. But for them, I went over and I picked up the wine bottle and I brought it back and set it on the table. And they all going, oh, no, you didn't do that, did you? I'll have some. They finished the bottle.
Well, Nancy did a lot for a whole bunch of authors. We remember that she pushed Cold Mountain.
Yes.
When it
Yes,
was just
Charles
started.
Frazier was he was so dear at her memorial service. A lot of us were having trouble at that memorial service, as you may remember. But yeah, a lot of us were encouraged. She really did encourage him to do the book and finish it. He would have anyhow, but she gave him a home in a way.
A lot of authors will tell similar stories of how they would have not gotten off the ground. So I'm glad that you and I have a chance to shout out for our lost companion.
Yes.
And we also want to shout out for Takeout, and we'll talk about it on North Carolina Bookwatch.
Sigrid's last adventure.
Thanks, Margaret.
Thank you.